Welcome back. You're with Brian Thomas here on MTV Sports, right here on the morning show. And our discussion for today, though, is the first leg in the 2012 Bradby Shield between Royal and Trinity. Everything to play for both teams. Remember, like I made mention before I went in for the commercial break, I even got excited and said 2011. No, it's 2012. Right. If Royal does win, they will retain their spot at the top. If Trinity does win, they go to the top. If they don't, they slip down to number 4. That's frightening for you, isn't it?
Very frightening, Brian. We'll be playing our hearts out. We'll be doing everything possible to get to number 1. So, it's all or nothing for us. Brian?
Added pressure for him, no pressure for you?
Oh, absolutely, there is pressure. But Brian, I think, both Trinity and Royal, for us, playing the Bradby is a lot more key than having the league. But with this win, we become the leaders of the league as well. So it's a double aspect for us. But certainly, we want to win the Bradby. So that's our first goal. And that's been the priority that the advisory of Royal has put down to our team and the coaches. But you win the Bradby, we hope that you also win the league. So that's been what we wanted this year.
I think you guys are spoiled kids, man. Because look, I speak to all the Trinitians and all the Royalists. The only thing they're concerned about is the Bradby. I mean, some critics seem to think, both these institutions, prestigious as they are, they're only worried about and very selfish about the Bradby. Sometimes, they look at the league over the shoulder. Fair statement.
Well, it's a privilege that, we are born with and we've been together, right? I think I am absolutely privileged to be involved in all levels as a spectator, as a player, and as administration. And playing Trinity, it's such a honor, And so there's nothing else for a player to walk out of a dressing room and through the tunnel and, play a Bradby Shield. If that's probably the biggest career of school in their school career. So I believe that.
Byron, you endorse that?
Definitely, Brian. It's a huge thrill. It can't get any better. It's amazing. Great opportunity. Not many kids get this opportunity to represent their schools, to play for their schools, and to play either for Trinity or Royal. It doesn't get any better. So, it's very exciting.
Right, we sent our cameras across to Kandy, and then we wanted to see as to what the feeling is in the Trinity camp. We caught up with their captain, the Trinity captain, Kamil Seneviratna.
It's not the biggest challenge for us because we take every team as a challenge for us, and it's just another challenge for us. And it's very important because it decides the league. And also I think our forwards have been excellent during so far and during the last few matches. So we don't need to change anything in our plan because our plan is based around the whole team, not in our line. Kingswood match we didn't work to our plan, so that's why it was a close call.
Look, end of the day, both Royal and Trinity had a tough time against Kingswood. Now, let's pick up the comments, right? He says, every game is important from Trinity's perspective. So I think the mindset is changing now.
Definitely, Brian. We want to win the league. Bradby is very important to us, but I don't think Trinity has ever won the league, and we want the league this year.
What do you pick up, Jehan, from the Trinity captain's views?
Certainly, as a captain, you would say that you want to win every game. That's the same goal that we would have as well. But again, I would come back to saying that for Royal, the priority is to win the Bradby. We won the league a few times in the past. We won it last year. But it's nothing compared to winning a Bradby.
Yeah, but the two teams, that's both Royal and Trinity, play a different brand of rugby, isn't it? Can you just explain your brand that you play?
Well, I would think, the last couple of years we've been more reliant on our forwards and playing with them. And probably we would have that same aspect of it, but I'm sure our coach would come up with something that's a little different to create a little diversity in the team itself. But certainly Trinity has been a team in the last couple of years that, and in the past that has been playing a lot of running rugby, which is nice to watch and great to see, and it has borne a lot of good results for them. So in our case, we want to grind it out and try and keep the ball as much as we can.
Grind and grind and grind while you look at flashy open rugby with your three quarters.
Absolutely, Brian. I think we play a different brand of rugby, exciting brand of rugby. And as Jan said, they just play a very boring type of rugby. So, but we are here to entertain as well. It's a sport. Spectators like to enjoy the game, see good, open, fast rugby, and we like to entertain as well.
The camaraderie between the two schools is absolutely fascinating, isn't it? Even here, these two senior comrades are still talking about boring rugby and a different brand of open rugby. Right, we also caught up with the Trinity coach. He is the advisor. This gentleman is from New Zealand, and let's hear it from him.
Fantastic challenge this weekend, and the Bradbury is just a huge experience and one that I feel sort of privileged to be a part of, and it's pretty awesome to see so many thousands of passionate Sri Lankans in the stands supporting their two schools, and it's not just about the Bradbury Shield with the first leg. It's a league match, and there's still 4 teams in with a chance of winning the league. So we just have to do everything we can. We know that it's a really tough competition, and there's lots of really good teams in it, and it's fantastic that we get to play the Bradbury against Royal College, which is the top school in Sri Lanka at the moment. So we'll be trying our best to knock them off the top perch and put ourselves in with a chance of winning the league. The last week's game against Kingswood, we probably didn't play as well as we prepared for or planned for, but having said that, the Kingswood team, they were fantastic in the passion that they brought to the game, and in fact they were pretty unlucky not to win in the end, so we were thankful for the win. I'm just really looking forward to the Bradbury experience again, and being a part of it, so it's a real privilege. Thank you.
Wonderful thoughts there from Neil Footy. Look, what does he specialize in? Because you got Nilufer Ibrahim as your coach, and then Neil Footy, what does he do?
Oh, well, Neil Footy has trained all our coaches from under 12 to the second 15. Look, Neil is our consultant coach, and obviously Nilufer Ibrahim is our first 15 coach. There's so much that Neil can bring in, and all these local coaches can learn so much from Neil. I think he's an asset, a great asset, great planner. He studies the opposition and comes up with a great plan.
Jehan, the Trinitians have had a bit of a bite from the tiger playing against Kingswood, right? Look, they're just about there and thereabouts. Now, I mean, even Byron and Neil Footy said they were lucky to win. Unlike you beat St. Peter's. So you must be much more confident, isn't it? Because remember, the Trinitians lost to St. Peter's.
Right, but again, then it was at the beginning of the season that they played St. Peter's, and we played them last week. Royals, the issue with Royal is by winning the league last year, we have all our hard games at the end of the season. So that's something we had to live with. But St. Peter's, we went with a game plan, and in the end, winning is what really counts. It's not as important, but it is definitely something that really counts. So we went with the plan and we executed it very well. We hope that we can do something similar tomorrow. That's something that we want to work on.
Mr. Jehan Kanaratnam seems to be very modest in his thoughts, still taking a back seat. Well, I hope he'll get confident tomorrow when he sees the boys out in the park. We caught up with the Royal captain, Arshad Jamaldeen.
Lastly, this year defense is very good and attack both. So we know that Trinity has a great backline and a strong set of forwards. So we would like to we are planning to go low on them and tackle them really hard and keep the ball with us. Well, the Kingswood game we didn't play well actually. Some of the players didn't play and myself and Damien, and a really young team played for the Kingswood game. But for the Peters game, I think we played with our guts, and I think we still can improve on our mistakes and work towards the Bradby, where we starting practices in August, and boys have been really training hard, and our two main goals was to win the Bradby and defend the league championship. And since we are unbeaten, and we are planning to play more hard and play to our potential and win the Bradby.
Now see, the Trinity captain Kanil Seniratne is rated as one of the best insides in schools rugby today, and if you just take a look at the Royal captain Arshan Jamaldeen, he is Chipper the Old Block. His father also was a famous rugger, right now the chairman of the Referees Association. So he, in fact, Jamaldeen, I remember last year, that's 2011, was the playmaker up in Kandy. Now he just came out with a shocker. He's going to tackle you boys nice and hard. That could be a worry.
Look, we are up for it, Brian. It's going to be a physical game. The Bradby or playing Royal has always been physical, and we are ready, and I'm pretty sure Royal is ready as well.
You've got a great captain who's led the team very well so far. What are the strengths of your line? Because we all know that Trinity line is very, very good. And how is your line faring this season?
Not as great as we want it to be, but we have our game plans in most of the games have been to keep it close and close with the forwards. We played teams like Science and Vidyartha, where they tend to have a lot more expanded game. So when you play teams of that nature or that stature, you need to rein the ball in and keep it close to you. So the game plans have predominantly been justified by the fact of who we've been playing. So again, tomorrow it would be in that realm. We would definitely look at and we have been looking at what we need to do and what the strengths we have to put out and try and win the game. That's the bottom line.
While the players have butterflies in their stomach, well, we spectators do have butterflies in our respective stomachs when both teams come down. But there's one person who I reckon will have plenty to worry about, are the respective coaches. Now, we caught up with the Royal coach Bilal